Thank you, Deepthi. It's good to see that where the piece of land where there is no river, we have heard of the no river to Jaffna, and that going to have water available from technology in time to come. And also the Sri Lanka, we are pitching at a higher service level quality. We don't accept some of the that others are accepting as sufficient. So it's good. Next, we move on to infrastructure, which is in a sense, in a way, it's SDG 9, but it's also industry innovation and infrastructure. Over to you, Professor Rangika, for your 10 minutes.
Thank you. I'm audible. I don't know whether I'm visible enough because of my height. Anyway, I'm really honored to be here as a panelist today, and I think I should thank the IESL and IPESL and / Section C for organizing this sort of event. The event is done at the right time with the real, correct topic, and I'm not sure about myself, but I'm sure about the other the panelists with the right set of team. So with that note, let me go to my topic. But before that, let me ask a small question: who wants to stay, or rather spend a single day in a house like this? If I ask that, yes, I'm very sure you will. But many of us, you will think twice or more than that because you don't have that particular experience in your life. But if I put the same question in a different way, if I ask, okay, how many of you doesn't want to spend a night in a house like this? You will say, okay, why not? Why not give it a try? Okay, with that, let me go to my topic. It is construction industry, sustainable construction and material. So I know you are doubtful with this house, but I'm very sure one day all of us will go to this place, that is the cemetery, to rest in peace. I selected this location. This is Ibankatu burial site due to many reasons. Well, to give you the historical background, this is more than 2,700 years ago. If you just compare, that is even before the Lord Buddha came to this world. And again, if you try to compare where the India and the Sri Lanka, so the people who lived in India, if you can recall the stories of Lord Buddha, when a person died, they wrap the body with cloth and just threw that to the jungle where the animals came and ate the body. But Sri Lankans who lived more than 2,700 years ago, they burned the body, got the ash, put the ash into this big pot about 2 to 2.5 feet, and they buried it. And the burial location you can see in the first image with 4 stone slabs, I could say, and covered that with another stone slab. So this particular thing was lasted more than 2,700 years. So I selected this particular location for many reasons. Reason number one, they knew one good aspect which you and I don't have even now, because they knew how to respect even a dead body. But today, many of us, I'm not really blaming the IESL members, but many of the humans in the world, if you see something happening, let's say someone is going to die on the road, the first thing they do is they do a live streaming. They get the smartphone and they do a live streaming because we lost that particular aspect. The next one about the technology, they selected the right material. Even the clay, we all engineers, we may have played with clay. You know that you can't make a pot with every clay. So you have to select the correct material. So they knew how to select the sustainable material. And the next thing, they knew about the technology. You have to realize this particular pot with the symmetricity, with 2 to 2.5 feet high, you can't do that without what we call Sakapurva, with the basic science of the circular movement. So they knew that particular science. That is the other thing. They knew the sustainable technology. And other thing, they knew by burning the clay, you can improve the durability. So from where they learned the technique? Maybe they may have seen a fire happening in the jungle, nearby jungle, and they saw the clay, the properties have changed. So from that, they learned from the nature, and they finally created something which, I mean, I don't like to have something last more than 2,700, but this particular thing was not impacted way of thinking we are enjoying today. So from the social sustainability to the material, to the construction, to the technology, these are giving much more examples for us to rethink on what we are doing. So from that, I mean, I'll be able to pick many examples from the history. Don't think, I mean, don't blame me saying I'm always blaming the history. So there are a lot of factors we can gain from the history, because they selected the right material, right technology, and even the material, they are natural or near natural. So from that, if I move to the world today, this is today. So you can see it is not green anymore. It is red or either yellow. So you can see the factories, you can see the vehicles moving here and there, and finally that is impacted on the carbon dioxide emission and also the global warming. So I mean, many of us, when we were kids, we believe the CO2 emission is mainly from transport and the industry. But today, the main contributor is building. It is 40%. But beyond that, the most crucial point is the bottom line, the embodied energy is only 28%, and the running is the rest of the 72. So, I mean, we always love to reduce the construction cost, initial cost, but we never thought of the operational cost. But you can see the real impact is not from the embodied or rather at the construction, but that is at the operational stage. So more we keep the building, this will contribute more and more. And if you think of the building stock today, 2/3 of the buildings which are today will be there even at 2060. So our generation, what we made today, will impact the next generation as well. And beyond everything, I mean, you can see what has happened. We are new to this particular face mask, but many of the countries, China, India, I mean, they were wearing masks for many years. And the climate change and also the natural disaster, the frequency and the impact was increasing day by day. Let me show you an interesting image. This one, this is a few days before the lockdown, China lockdown, and this is 2 weeks after China lockdown, the same location. Just see what has happened. For many years or many decades, you can see what the human has done. And the nature recovers the same within 2 weeks. I don't know which one you are going to, which you love to say, but you can see the difference between the two images, where what human has done and what nature can, reversed. So this is where the human lives and where the world of animals. I don't know which one is you're going to do, but anyway, this is what we wanted to have. So we were going smart, and we were, I mean, always try to walk with the artificial intelligence, maybe Sophia, or maybe much better Rubu than Sophia. But this is what exactly we have done. Every step we put forward, we destroy the nature. Whatever the construction we do, whatever the energy sector does, but still every step we put forward, we are destroying the nature. Destroying the nature in the sense we are going against the sustainability that is not asking you to go back to the cave age and wear the leaves and spending the day in the jungle. That is not what the sustainability says. You enjoy your life, you have anything under the sun, but don't compromise the ability of the next generation to have their satisfaction. Are we really doing right with all these sustainable development goals? That's a different story. This is very interesting cartoon I found from the internet. This again, I mean, may not be us, but the next generation, the future generation kid, I mean, he's talking to the sun. He's very much used to the smartphone. So he talks to the sun and he says, you go to settings, you go to display, please go to your brightness. It is too much. I mean, I can't live with this brightness. please reduce the brightness level because I can't live anymore. The son replies and says, I'm sorry, I haven't done any change to my settings. Please go to your settings and increase the number of trees, reduce the carbon emission, and reduce the concrete jungles, and increase the number of lakes. But in very simple form, it says, please go back to your human mode from your two mode. Are we really doing there? Are we really there? As engineers, are we doing the right? Please go back to your human mode from your two mode. So I think that is the best lesson for us to learn. If you really want to be sustainable, if you really want to be a responsible citizen, and if you really want to be a responsible person for the next generation, I think we should understand you can't forget the base. You need to have a strong base for you to be sustained and also the next generation to be sustained. Let me take another interesting example from the world. This is Okinawa from Japan. In 2014, 6 years ago, they decided to plant corals in Okinawa beach because they lost the corals, and they planted tiny pieces of coral. Today, it's a thick coral jungle. So if you do the right thing at the right time, with the right team, with the right intention, you can be a successful person and you can be a real sustainable citizen, and that will definitely impact the future. Thank you.